Well, here we are reporting on day 2 at Zhuhai circuit in China, and it's still raining. In fact, it's been raining a bit harder today than it was even yesterday. But we've had a good day and really pleased with how we stand after the second practice session. The main thing was really making sure that everything was okay with the car following the engine change, and so we went through all of that, made sure we've got a good setup for the wet, and then we went out and tried the car in the second session today. We were hoping that the weather was going to get better, and the forecasts here seem to vary quite a lot, so in the end it was clear it wasn't going to get any better, and so we went out and tried some small modifications to the setup, particularly trying to get the car a bit lower, which we know improves the car. This is such a flat, smooth circuit that we can run the car really quite low, and that plays to its strength, and I'm sure Jonny will tell you about that. We're pleased with the run that he had right at the end of the day. So far so good. We're hoping for some better weather tomorrow. Forecast is mixed, so we've really no idea what the weather's going to be like, but really pleased with the way the Lola's performing. We're 5th in practice behind the Audis, 2 Audis and the 2 Peugeots, and not too far off the pace, so fingers crossed.
We've made some really good progress over the last 2 days. Obviously we had the engine problem yesterday, which we've got over, and this morning was really wet. We were kind of establishing whether it was going to be worth going out on the track really this morning versus the potential risk of damaging the car. This afternoon the track really kind of improved a little bit, so we took a view on it. Maybe the weather's going to be similar for the rest of the weekend, so we really needed to kind of make some progress with the car, make sure that we developed it a little bit, and we did that. We did a couple of runs in the afternoon session and got to within a reasonable pace of the diesel cars, respectable to where we could expect to get to, which was good, and really enjoying it. The car feels nice, and everything feels good at the minute. Yeah, I think we need to be obviously realistic with our chances of beating these guys on pace. Unfortunately it's not going to happen. But what we will be doing is being right there. We'll be running our strategy to the max. We'll be pushing every single lap, and for sure if there's an issue for those cars, then we'll be right there to take it and take the position. But I think obviously you can't get disheartened, and you need to keep pushing and be sure that you're there and are ready to pick up the ball if they drop it.
I think we're just hoping that tomorrow gives us some good weather. We think that it is really most likely that the race is going to be a dry race, so what we want is some practice in the dry. That's the most important thing. There isn't much more that we can do in the wet, and it does make sense to just go round and round if you're not actually developing anything, not making any progress. So that's the main thing now. We want to get some dry running. We want to make sure that we've got a really good setup, particularly we get some data on how the tyres run. We know that the Michelins do really well on this car, and so getting some good data on how the tyres wear through a double stint would be great tomorrow. Continuing to really enjoy being here. Just the little things about being in China that you notice. One thing, for example, is how rapidly just the circuit is changing. Like, we're in this room upstairs, and I tell you, I've been in this room 24 hours ago, it looked nothing like this. And just seeing the way everybody works so hard to get everything really ready for the race, it's quite remarkable, the transformation that's taking place. It's going to look really good, I think, for the race on Sunday.